same right the first time. 4 hits in this game with just the 1 run to show for it. 0-1 pitch is going to be inside and actually hits Tidwell. So he gets to go to first base. And C of O will have the leadoff man on here in the 4th. Isaiah Smith had that single knocked in the run in the
number
second.
11, Isaiah Smith.
He eventually was stranded at third when C of O left the bases loaded later that inning. Smith also had a hit and an RBI. Actually had 2 hits and an RBI in the first game. So 3 hits for Isaiah Smith, the freshman from Crane. Going to try to bunt the runner over here. Does get a good bunt down. They will get the out at first. But Isaiah Smith with an excellent bunt there. Nearly ran it out. Made that a lot closer than it probably would be under normal circumstances. But good throw and catch by the catcher first baseman there. And so it is a sacrifice bunt.
Next up, shortstop number 8, Blake
Tidwell
Holtgren.
to second. So that does set the table now for Holtgren or Hill to try to tie the game. Holtgren got a hit in his first at bat in the second. First pitch low, ball 1. So you definitely have got the good part of the order coming up here for C of O, with the top of the order coming up after Holtgren does something here. 1-0 the count. And a spin and a throw, but Tidwell not going anywhere down there. That's the other thing. When you get the fielders that are kind of jockeying for position, that does open up some hitting room, especially with the shortstop covering there. Pitch stays outside. And that's something you see sometimes. A lot of times you'll notice that when a hitter is up with a runner at second, a lot of times they will use the fielder who is not on the pull side to try to cover the bag. Now, that's not the case here, but the other side of that is that also affects the pitches that you're calling, and they may be calling pitches to try to get the hitter to go the other way, which is why you keep the second baseman close, and the shortstop now running back into position. That pitch was a swing and a miss. And the count now is 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Stretch. Quick check a second. And the pitch. That one right there for strike 2. Holtgren was taken all the way there. I don't know what he was expecting, but that one was right there. So now he's in protection mode. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stretch. And the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Rounding third, coming into home. And they will cut the throw off. The game's tied at 2 as Holtgren comes through with his second hit of the game. And that scores Tidwell from second. Just a solid shot there by Holtgren, and C of O takes advantage of the hit by
number
pitch.
4, Chuck Hill.
Smith sacrificed the runner to second, and then Holtgren gets him home with a base hit to center. And so now the go-ahead run is on base and back to the top of the order. Chuck Hill, 0 for 1, a ground down and a walk. Fly ball right side, but that one's going to be foul. Actually stay in the field of play, but goes to the right corner, right field corner for strike 1. That one actually had a little bit more carry than I thought off the bat. Thought that would stay in a lot closer than it did. Not home run, but I'm saying being fouled out of play. 0-1 the count. Going through the signs here very carefully. And a throw to first and runner back safely. Decent lead there by Holtgren, but he was more than able to get back. Castorena trying to keep the game right there. As I said, he's done a pretty good job of pitching around when he needs to. And he's in that situation now. 0-1 the count. And he goes back to first, and this time the runner even a little closer than he was last time and stayed on his feet and got back in safely. Count is 0-1 at the plate. Hill's just seen one pitch so far in this at-bat. And now we'll see pitch number 2, which is going to be over and low. That's actually going to bounce away far enough that Holmgren, who had kind of inched his way off off first base, once the ball was in the dirt, he got a good look at it and easily got to second on the wild pitch. So now that runner in scoring position, giving Hill the opportunity to give C of O the lead. 2-2 here in the fourth. C of O with 1 run in and a chance to take the lead here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stretch, pitch. That went outside, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Both fielders now shading this time, although the shortstop still staying close. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball right side. That's going to go foul. And that evens the count 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hill trying to hang tough and see if he can find a way to get the runner home. Holmgren did that in his at-bat. Was able to stay alive and finally was able to get something to hit to give C of O it back in the game, or at least tied right now. 2-2 the count. Stretch, pitch. Foul ball to the C of O dugout. Nice catch made in the dugout by one of the C of O players there. And the count stays even, 2-2. Castorena has really, even though done a good job, he has been throwing a lot of pitches. The C of O hitters have been making him spin pitches here. See if they can make him spin another one here. Here's a ball that's going to go foul. Looked to be high, but again, 2 strikes, you're in protection. So Hill did a good job of at least making contact there to stay alive at the plate. Ryan Daggs wakes on deck. 1 out in the inning. Another 2-2 pitch on the way to the plate, and here it is. That one's going to be high and inside, 3-2. 3-2. CMO's not been doing anything on the bases since they got the runner to second base on the wild pitch. Here's the payoff pitch on the way now. That one's going to be a curveball, just stays inside. And the Central Christian coach, Stephen McNett, asked the umpire where the pitch was, and he said inside. I'm not sure he was convinced. I'll tell you what, that was a pretty good pitch. Obviously not nearly the angle the umpire has. It looked to me was a little